This is a SnapEd New York video presentation.
Finally, a chance to relax and just read a book. And then the tortoise and, ooh, potato chips! Nobody's looking. I bet I could sneak one and nobody would know. Yeah. Whoa. Wow. Ooh, man, those things are salty. Holy cow. Wow, only one. And the tortoise said to the hare that you should do this. And oh no, what's happened to me? I ate that entire bowl of chips and turned into a bowl of salt. Oh, I knew they were salty. What am I gonna do? Hi everybody, I'm Wanda Collins, your SnapEd nutritionist, and I'm just playing with you. You aren't going to turn into a bowl of salt just because you ate some salty snacks, but salty snacks aren't good for us either. Today, we're going to learn all about low salt snacking. And did you know why a shark swims in salt water? Because pepper water makes him sneeze. Come on, you know you laughed. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify low sodium and high sodium foods. Low salt snacking means choosing between salty snacks and low salt snacks. What salty snacks can you name? Pause the video and share with someone next to you. If you named any of these or something like these, you are correct. These are just a few of the salty snacks that are out there. Why do you think people eat salty snacks? Pause the video and share your ideas with someone close by. Did you say any of these? I like salty snacks. It's what we have to snack on. I've always eaten them. They're easy to grab. I don't know, I just do. These are some of the reasons people eat salty snacks. You might have other reasons too. Why limit salty snacks? Well, that's a great question. And you're right, we were and are going to talk about sodium. To do that, we have to talk science. So let's take a science moment. Salt is made up of two elements, sodium and chlorine. When the two elements come together, they become sodium chloride. It's better known as salt. When we limit salty snacks, we limit sodium. But we need some sodium in our diet for some very important reasons. We need sodium so the fluids in our body stay where they are supposed to be and not travel to places that can make us unhealthy. Our nerves help our whole body function, and without sodium, our nervous system would stop working. Also, those nerves help our muscles move. Without sodium, our muscles don't move. So the problem with sodium is getting too much sodium in our diet. How much sodium do you need? That's a great question. Let me show you. Let's start by really looking at how much sodium is in salt. For every quarter teaspoon, it's 500 milligrams. So that's all anyone needs in a day. And if we add another quarter teaspoon of salt, we're up to 1,000 milligrams because 500 plus 500 is 1,000. And then let's add one more quarter teaspoon of salt, and that is how much sodium you should have in a day, 1,500 milligrams. And we're going to find out how quick you can get there. So 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt is equivalent to 1,500 milligrams of sodium, and that's all the sodium you're supposed to have in a day. If you have too much sodium, it can lead to high blood pressure, which leads to heart attacks and strokes. How do I tell how much sodium I'm eating? Well, that is a great question. Well, there are two ways to tell how much sodium is in the food that you eat. One way to tell how much sodium is in the food you eat is to read the nutrition facts label. This label will tell you everything that is in the food you are eating. The best way to read this label is to start at the top with the serving sizes. Everything on this label is based on serving size. In this case, the serving size is 2/3 of a cup. That means if I eat 2/3 of a cup of whatever food this is, I will take in just what is on the label. 230 calories, 8 grams of fat, yada yada yada. If I eat a cup and a third, that's twice as much. I have to multiply everything by 2. That means I would eat 460 calories, 16 grams of fat, and so on. So, how does that help with sodium? Well, looky there. We can tell sodium because it's right here on the label. So, if I eat 2/3 of a cup of this food, remember that's the serving size, how much sodium will I be eating? And just an FYI, mg stands for milligrams. It's a unit of measure. So look at the sodium. How much sodium am I going to have if I eat 2/3 of a cup of this food? Yes, 160 milligrams. What if I double that and have a cup and a third of food? Now remember, that means 2 servings, so I have to multiply 160 times 2. Yes, you're right. I would have 320 milligrams of sodium. If I'm only supposed to have 1,500 milligrams of sodium in a day, 2 servings of this food is about 1/5 of the sodium I'm supposed to have in a day. Clearly, reading labels is important. There is another way to tell if a snack is high sodium or low sodium. It depends on how processed the food is. Processed foods? Yes, processed foods are prepared and packaged by food companies and are more likely to have more sodium than other foods. Thinking of go, slow, and woe foods is a good way to think about more processing. Go foods have very little processing. Woe foods have a lot of processing. Slow foods are someplace in between. In short, the closer a food is to the woe food side, the more likely it is to have a lot of sodium because it's more processed. According to the CDC, over 70% of the sodium in our diets comes from processed and prepared foods. Let me show you what I mean. Here we have the humble cucumber and its sassy cousin, the dill pickle. If I asked you to describe how the cucumber tastes compared to the dill pickle, what would you say? Turn to someone next to you and share what your thoughts are on it. Yeah, a cucumber tastes like a cucumber. It's just a cucumber. But a dill pickle is very tart and salty. Tart is just another way of saying sour. That's because of processing. The cucumber is picked, washed, and eaten. The dill pickle, on the other hand, started out as a cucumber, but has been soaked in a salty brine and canned. It is now a dill pickle. Remember this 1,500 milligrams of sodium and a 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And that's the most you should have in a day, remember? So how much sodium do you think is in the cucumber and in the dill pickle? Pause the video and write down your answer. Were you ready for that? A cucumber only has 2 milligrams of sodium, but after it is processed, it becomes a dill pickle, and it has 1,631 milligrams of sodium. The dill pickle has more sodium than you are supposed to have in a day. Did you pick yourself up off the floor yet? We must move on. Time to put on your thinking cap. We are going to do a little guessing. I will show you 2 foods. Your task is to guess how much sodium is in each food and circle the healthier choice. Be ready to pause your video to give yourself time to write down your answers. And remember, the more processed a food is, or the more of a woe food it is, the more sodium it will have. Here we are. It's the tale of 2 popcorns. First we have 2 cups of cheese popcorn compared to 2 cups of air pop popcorn. Pause the video, write down the amount of sodium you think is in the 2 different popcorns, and circle the healthier choice. How did you do? Cheese popcorn is really processed. It has 250 milligrams of sodium. Air Pop popcorn is only popcorn, so it only has 2 milligrams of sodium. Air Pop popcorn is definitely the better choice. And might I add, popcorn is a great whole grain food. The problem is when we add too much salt to it, it becomes a woe food. Let's try another. Pretzels and unsalted cashews. How much sodium is in these two snacks? Circle the healthier choice, pause the video, and write down your answer. How did you do? There is a full quarter teaspoon of salt in a small package of pretzels and no sodium in the unsalted nuts. That makes the cashews the healthier choice. Again? Sure, I'm glad you're taking on the challenge. Here we have an apple and beef jerky. Remember, the more packaging, the more sodium. So, what is your guess? Pause the video and write down your answer. Remember to circle the healthier choice. Wow, are you as shocked as I am? You probably guessed right away that the apple is the better choice. But did you guess how much sodium was in the beef jerky? Wow. Okay, because you insist, we will do one more. Okay, here we have an orange and a small package of corn chips. You know what you have to do. Pause the video and write down your guess. You're getting better at this, aren't you? You guessed right away that the orange is the better choice. Did you guess the sodium in the corn chips? That is a full third of the sodium you are supposed to have in a day, all from one little package. I'm glad you are enjoying the game. Here we go again. Last one. Well, maybe. Here we're comparing a package of cheese puffs to a half a cup of baby carrots. Pause the video, write down your guess, and circle the healthier choice. Baby carrots take down the opponent. Amazing. Both are orange, but one will give you a lot of sodium, that's the cheese puffs, and the other will give you a lot of vitamins and minerals to help you stay healthy and strong. That's the baby carrots. So, you're having so much fun, you want to do one more? Your wish is my command. Here we go. How much sodium do you think is in the baked potato and the fries with ketchup? Pause the video, write down your answer, and prepare to be amazed. Well, are you amazed? I kinda am. I think we're better off with the baked potato and 17 milligrams of sodium than the large fries with ketchup, and that's 460 milligrams of sodium. And I think you've gotten the hang of telling the difference between a processed food that is high sodium and a low sodium food, even if you didn't guess the right amount of sodium. That's why we have to read labels. We just compared two snacks and guessed the amount of sodium in each snack. If we eat only one snack, that's fine. But if we eat more than one snack, we must add up the sodium from all the snacks we eat. If I had an apple, add to the apple a small package of pretzels, how much sodium have I eaten so far? Yes, 502 milligrams. And then we decide to have large fries with ketchup later on in the day. So how much sodium are we eating now? Yes, we are eating 962 milligrams of sodium, more than half of my sodium in snacks. That leaves very little room for sodium in our meals. Yeah, whoa, mind blown. It pays to know what we are eating. Now we have come full circle, literally. The big takeaways? Read labels, try to avoid processed foods, and remember to add up the sodium in your meals and snacks to keep your sodium to 1,500 milligrams per day. So the next time you feel like having a snack, you know how to tell if it's low sodium. You can read the label and see how much sodium is in the food you're going to snack on, or you can just grab nature's fast food and have that for a snack. These are good.
Thank you for joining us today. We know the healthy choice isn't always the easiest choice, but small changes can make a big difference. Start today by getting involved with SNAP Ed New York. This program is free for those who qualify or receive SNAP benefits. We want to help you save time, save money, and eat healthy. Learn how SNAP Ed can make a difference in your life. For more information and to find your local program, visit snapedny.org. This material is funded by USDA's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.